So in a previous video, I made a build diary about building the Tamiya M-07, which is the car that I'm now going to start using for club racing. And so far I already love this thing. I much prefer driving this than the T202, and I should start prefer racing with this thing than I did with the T202, because I retired the T202 from racing because I didn't feel I was getting good direction control out of it, and that's even with the tuning that I did to it. So this is the M-07 built, but I still need to sort out a body shell for it. So I'm going to put that aside and bring in this. So this is one of two body shells that I'm going to be using for my Tamiya M-07. So this one is the Hyper-M from BittyDesign.
Bitty!
And I know that's the second video where I've used that joke, but I thought I'd throw it in for people who didn't see my M-07 build diary. So, the reason I went for this body, for those who don't know or didn't see the M-07 build diary, is I wanted to go for something similar to a TC because I always liked the shape and overall design of touring car bodies. So I decided to get one for my M-07, and I went for this particular one having seen people use it at Froome Radio Control Car Club, but some clubs I do know don't allow this body, so I'm going to get a backup one for the M-07 just in case. But until then, I was going to rip it open, but I thought I'd just neatly, what the hell does neatly even mean? So actually just open the cup, this is gliding. So got the packaging open. And here it is. So, actually it's the first time I got a good look at it. Anyway, here it is, the BittyDesign Hyper-M. Alright, so first to get the body prepared and cut for painting. So I'm going to be using 3 different scissors there. 2 precision scissors, one with curvature for the wheel arches. These which I have used previously for straighter bits and they used fine. I don't know why I've got that in shot. Anyway, so I'm not going to do a time lapse of the cutting phase because I just feel it's going to extend the watch length of this video and it's going to be a bit too long of a watch. So I'm going to get this thing cut in. I'm going to try and do a transition actually. Let's see if this works. So 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the body is prepared for painting. Got the holes drilled out and holes drilled for the spoiler as well. Did kind of mess up on the spoiler there, as you can see. I really need to use a body reamer. I used wood drill bits for the body, mainly because of the pointed end and the accuracy. However, with the spoiler I used an HSS, which I was as careful as I could, but the drill completely nowhere slipped. So that's going to be interesting, but I lined it up and it should be a perfect fit. So I'm going to get the acrylic paint sorted. However, there is a particular colour scheme that I'm going for, so I'm going to grab the colours and I'll be right back with them. So these are the paints I'm going to be using for the paint splatter. So I'm going to be using a sort of a blue, red, purple and pink scheme. I have got white on hands just to lighten the blue up a little bit, and I've just knocked the white paint off. Good start. And I've also got black on hands just to darken the pink because that pink is a bit too bright for my liking. So the first things first, I'm going to get the body set out in the garden and I'm going to make a start on the blue. Alright, for starters, and I've got to make sure that the camera is well balanced and stays upright, so the first colour I'm going to be using is blue. I've got to go blue first because slightly colour biased. Paint is quite thin, so hopefully I'll get some good splatters. Let's scoop it up and then... Oh, wow, we're off to a very, very, very good start. There's a nice streak on the front of the bonnet there. The good splatter there. Look at the wrist. Might be a bit thick in some places, but it will. Probably aim for the spoiler as well. There's a bit of a dribble there. Nice splat probably. There's another one. There's another one. This is very good so far. This is brilliant, swimmingly. Oops, got a bit on my finger there, that will come out. A little bit more on the side there, like that, so that's brilliant. You know what? I've got quite a bit of blue left over, so I'm going to make the most of this. I haven't got quite a lot on the spoiler as I would have liked to have done, but let's just try to scoop a bit and aim for that. There we go. Got some on there at least, and some more. You know what? I think that'll do it for blue. Let's see a bit. Yep. Brilliant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the rest of the paints and I'm going to time lapse the rest of the progress. So I couldn't talk over this bit while I was filming it, because I had family over and they were talking. So anyway, now to fill in the rest of the body, I didn't have any white paint. Well, I kind of did, but it was very slowly running out, and the nozzle was clogged up and I couldn't get any out of it. So I did have some white primer kicking about, which I have used on plastics previously, in particular polycarbonate and Lexan, and it's been fine. So here I am, literally just filling the rest of the areas that these splatters didn't reach, to basically fill it in with white, so it's not all, yeah, I think you've got the idea of that. Right, so it's gotten dark, but it's thankfully humid, so the final step before I can remove the window masks is to give it a coat of lacquer, clear coat. So I've used this on quite a few of my bodies. Yeah, quite a few, think about it. This stuff is really, really good, because even on some Tamiya bodies where I haven't used it, and used Tamiya paint, some of the paint is chipping off, whereas with this, I've had stone stock the inside of it, and it's been absolutely fine. So, I'm going to make a start and apply the first coat. Spoil it as well. Right. Okay, I'm going to leave that coat to dry. They're going to apply a few more coats on after that. Okay, so it's the day after I painted it, and I left it sitting in the airing cupboard to dry overnight because of the immersion tank we have in there. It's quite nice and warm in there, and it allows the paint and the clear coat to dry a lot quicker. So here is the end result, and I'm actually really happy with this. Pretty much came out how I would have liked to do it for once, and definitely for me a lot better than my previous attempt, which was on the Strada XT, which was my second attempt, and my first attempt, which was on a Nissan body I got for the TTO2, is definitely on par with that first attempt. But yes, this I'm happy with this, although one thing I didn't take into account was it's all white on top of the spoiler, however on the other side, that's where the paint splatters is. So maybe I should have saved a bit of paint left over and sort of splattered the paint, but I probably would have ended up with some blobs because of the paint being a bit temperamental and the methods I have to use to thin it. Yep, so regardless, let's peel this back. And we've got some pretty good results underneath the spoiler. Well, I say we, it's just pretty much me that worked on the thing. So there's the spoiler, and I've got the protective film stuck on my arm. Now if I can find a point on the body where I can peel back the film. Ah, there we go. So, tore it a little bit at the front there, but oh well. Oh, this stuff is good. This is really stuff. It doesn't. Hang on a minute. Oh, a bit of residue from the outer thing, but there we have it. Yes, got there in the end. So the next step, obviously take the window masks off, and then onto the stickers. I do have some Hobbywing stickers somewhere that I might put on it, but here we have these stickers which are etched. Yes, I don't need additional scissors to cut them out, and thank you BittyDesign for that. So, without further ado, let's add, also I forgot, I do have some, oh yeah, here they are. So obviously got our nuts and bolts and washers for the spoiler. Without further ado, let's do this.
Hey yo, Dave, Donnie shit.
And here we have the end result. So, made as much use of the stickers as I could, and I put a few Hobbywings on there as well, given that the M-07 is using a Hobbywing ESC. But anyway, I did also mess up, I think, using primer instead of regular spray paints, because I don't feel that the primer has properly sealed the paint splash and hasn't really stuck well to the body. But the clear coat has helped. It could have been a lot worse, but I'm just happy with what I've got. So, moment of truth, time to stick it on the M-07. Okay, so starting off this part of the video in pitch black, because I've been putting the body on with just a tiny bit of light from the outside, from the other end of the door, and this is the first time that I've seen the new Hyper-M body on the M-07, so here we go. Oh wow! Yes, that is brilliant. I'm very, very happy with this. Yeah, that looks absolutely fantastic. Let's see if I can do some beauty shots. So back in the shirt that I started this video off with because of my part-time work. Anyway, very, very, very happy with how this turned out. Absolutely amazing. I especially love how the red and blue has come out on this end, and yeah, so I'm definitely going to start racing with this. Also, I've just put some blue body clips that I had kicking about. Gotta have blue because it fits the overall theme of the car. And also I have trimmed the body poles off as well. So this I'm going to race with at Froome Radio Control Car Club just before the end of the month. And the other thing also I'm going to do well with this is some may notice that I haven't put the heatsink on. That I'm going to try and get before, because otherwise I might get a lot of people looking down and you're going to want to put that heatsink. So I want to get it in before being told or suggested to put the heatsink in, if that makes sense. So that's going to be it for this video. Absolutely love this, and I'm going to be definitely doing more of this in the future with all future bodies. And I'm going to quickly wrap this up because I've got to head off to work. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in whatever next week's video will be.